Hi, welcome to Storytime by Elise. Today I'm going to be reading Once Upon a Time with Winnie the Pooh's story. Rabbit decides to make a cake. One fine spring day, Rabbit was cleaning out his cupboard when he found a recipe for honey cake. Wouldn't a cake be a lovely treat, he thought. He took out his pencil and his notebook and started making a list. Plant the wheat, wait, cut the wheat, thrash the wheat, grind the wheat into flour, make the flour into a cake, eat the cake. When he finished his list, he realized what a big and important project making cake was. I better go see who can help me. He found Piglet at home. Piglet, he said, I'm planning on making a cake. Yummy, said Piglet. Yes, well, there's a lot of work to be done before you start saying and yummy, said Rabbit importantly. I'll make a list of things to do, and first I need you to help me plant the wheat. Oh dear, said Piglet. I would, but I have to finish painting the picture. Rabbit thought for a while. Well, planting the wheat is a very important part of making a cake. Perhaps I'd better do it myself. And he did. After time, the wheat had grown tall and golden. Time to cut the wheat, he thought. Rabbit, I'd better go see who can help me. Owl, said Rabbit, I'm planning on making a cake. Yummy, said Owl. Well, there's a lot of work to be done before we can all say and yummy, said Rabbit. Will you help me cut the wheat? I will, said Owl, but first I have to finish telling Pooh the story of my Uncle Robert. Pooh was asleep in Owl's comfy chair. Well, said Rabbit, looking them over, cutting the wheat is a very important part of making a cake. Perhaps I'd better do it myself. And he did. He gathered the wheat stalks together. Time to thrash the wheat, decided Rabbit. I'd better go see who can help me. Tigger, said Rabbit, I'm planning on making a cake. Yummy, said Tigger. Well, there's a lot of work to be done before we all be saying and yummy, said Rabbit. Will you help me thrash the wheat? I will, said Tigger, but first I promise to play catch with Roo. A mere game, sighed Rabbit, shaking head. Thrashing the wheat is a very important part of making a cake. Perhaps I'd better do it myself. And he did. He stopped for a moment to admire the pile of golden wheat seeds on his kitchen table. Time to grind the wheat, he thought. I'd better go see who can help me. Eeyore, said Rabbit, I'm planning on making a cake. Best of luck to you, said Eeyore. Well, said Rabbit, I'm wondering if you could help me grind the wheat. Me? said Eeyore. Yes, said Rabbit. You want me to help you, said Eeyore. Yes, to grind the wheat, said Rabbit. Thank you for asking, said Eeyore. I would, but I'm up to my ears in thistles. Must stack them while I can. You never know when you're going to need a pile of thistles. Rabbit sighed. Well, grinding the wheat is a very important part of making a cake. Perhaps I'd better do it myself. And he did. When the flour was all ground and ready, Rabbit measured it and poured it into a large bowl. Time to mix it in the butter and honey and eggs and bake the cake. I'd better go see who can help me. Pooh, said Rabbit, it's time to bake my cake. Yummy, said Pooh. No time for and yummy yet, said Rabbit. Will you help me mix the batter? I'll be there as soon as I finished filling these honey pots, said Pooh. Well, sighed Rabbit, I don't know. I've got all the ingredients ready. Perhaps I'd better do it myself. And he did. He put his delicious batter in the oven. Soon the sweet, warm smell of honey cake was wafting from Rabbit's window. Said Piglet. What's that delightful smell, said Owl. Why don't we just bounce our ball a little closer to Rabbit's house, said Tigger to Roo. It's hard to believe, said Eeyore, but I think I smell something better than thistles. My tummy tells me there's a honey cake baking, said Pooh. Before Rabbit knew it, everyone was gathered at his door. He folded his arms at his chest and tapped his foot. Yes, said he asked them. May we help you eat your cake? Everyone asked. Rabbit rolled his eyes. Rabbit sighed. No one helped me make the cake, but everyone wants to help me eat it. I bought you a painting of your wheat field, said Piglet shyly. I know an extremely funny story about a foolish owl I can tell you while we're eating, said Owl. Would you like Owl's stripy ball, Rabbit, said Tigger. It's good. Bouncer. It isn't much, and most don't like them, but I bought you a bunch of thistles, said Eeyore, and here's a pot of honey we can use in your next cake, said Pooh brightly. Rabbit looked at his friends. He thought about how much they helped him in their own way, even if they weren't very helpful in baking a cake. Come on in, he sighed. It's time to eat. Yummy. Thank you for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed the story and we'll come back for another one. Bye.